Welcome back guys. Today in this tutorial I will show you guys how to animate this character using Do It Basil plugin with Adobe After Effects. This is part 2 of this tutorial series, and if you want to know how I create this character in Adobe Illustrator, you can find it in here in the part 1. In this part we are going to cover how to rig this character using the Do It plugin in After Effects. Alright, before we start with our ringing in After Effects, we need to make some changes to this character in Illustrator. We have created this pose in our previous tutorial, so I'm going to change this pose to a simple one so that we can easily rig that in After Effects. Alright, first thing, I want to change this leg pose and create new layers for this leg pose. And also I want to change the pose of the hands as well. Alright, so let's start with our hip. I'm going to draw a rectangle in here. Let's place it in here, and I'm just going to select the color from the leg, and I will select both of these anchor points and make them as rounded corners. Alright, and maybe I will copy this belt and all these components from this character in here. Right click, bring it to the front. Okay, so our hip area is ready. Okay, so I will draw the other shapes also, but I will make this section faster because we already covered this portion how to draw these in part 1. If you are only watching this part of the tutorial, I recommend you guys watch the part 1 of this tutorial before you start. Okay, so I will just draw the legs and the other shapes in here, and then I will come back to you guys. Alright, so I'm going to change the pose of this hand also. I'm just selecting these and rotating them. I think straight somewhere around here it's okay. So this one also I will make as one object. So we have 3 objects in here. Alright, we can delete these things in here. So our legs and hands are ready. Now we start with our body. For this tutorial I will divide this body into 2 portions. Later I will explain it to you guys why, because this animation is going to be some sort of rigid animation, and in the later tutorials I will also show you guys how to do a very realistic kind of animation as well. But for this one I'm going to divide the body into 2 sections. So let's copy this one here and select this object and reflect horizontally, and bring this one below a little bit higher than this position the other side, and select both of these objects and center them. Now select and make a clipping mask. This one also select and make a clipping mask. You can adjust the size of this clipping mask shape and bring it smaller like this, so we will not have any issues in After Effects. And this one also. Alright, okay guys, so all our body parts are ready. Let's arrange them in here. Let's bring this one to the top, and okay, bring the hands to the front and bring it to the correct position, and we can select all of these and reflect copy from here. Just place it in here, and we can also draw a neck, just a box, and maybe we make them as rounded corners. Alright, maybe let's bring it bigger. Let's place it in here. Now select the head, group it and bring it in here, and you can bring it to the front. Let's adjust the size of the head also. Alright guys, all looks good. Let's bring it in the center. Okay, so the pose creation is done. Now we need to arrange these layers properly so that we can rig them in After Effects. This step is really important. If not, you won't be able to do it properly in After Effects. Create a new layer in here and name this layer as head. Now select the parts of the head and move that to the head layer. Now we are going to do the same for all the other layers as well. Create one more layer, and I'm going to call this one as right arm and select this one and bring it in here. Same for the forearm also, just name it as R-forearm and okay. Now I'm going to copy this one to the forearm, and this one will be right claws, and I'm going to copy this one to that layer. Okay guys, so I'm going to do the same for all the body parts. So let's make this part faster. Alright guys, I have divided all this body part into individual layers in here, and I have divided the arms and legs into right and left so that we can easily identify in the layers. So let's save the file and let's go to After Effects. Okay, now I will show you guys how to install this free plugin Duke in After Effects. So go to their website. If you already have this plugin installed in your After Effects, you can skip this portion. Go to this website. You can find the link under the description below. As of now, the latest version is 16.2.2. It was updated November 22nd. Okay, so go below. As you guys can see, there is a download option in here. Click on the downloads and you can download for Windows or Mac based on your OS. And also this plugin is free, so you can donate these guys from here, or you can support them in the Patreon as well. And I already downloaded the file earlier, so we need to install this script into After Effects, and I will show you guys how to install this script to After Effects. Go to File and go to Scripts. In the Scripts, install Script UI panel. Click on this one, third one, and locate the Duke Basil 2 script file. Select the file, then you will see a message saying the script was installed successfully. Okay? Select OK and restart the After Effects file. You have to restart the After Effects in order to see our new script. After you restart the After Effects, go to Windows. As you can see in our Windows, there is Duke Basil 2 JS is visible. Select the Duke Basil 2 from here. Now, if you never run a script before in your After Effects, you will probably get this message. Basically, you need to allow After Effects to run the script in the preferences. So all you need to do is just follow the instructions from here. Click on this one and open preferences, and in here just say allow script. Allow script to write files and access network, and OK. Now our script is ready. Just select the language you want, for our case English, and OK, which will open up the Duke plugin. So we successfully installed the Duke plugin. Now let's start ringing and animating using this plugin. Okay, let's import our newly modified character as a composition and import, which will import our character as a composition. As you can see in here, it came with all the layers and all seems to be okay, except the shoes. They are behind the legs, so I need to bring them to the front. Select the right shoe and bring on top of the cuff, and the left shoe also on top of the cuff. Now they are in front. All right, let's open the Duke plugin panel. Windows, Duke Basil, this one, And before I animate, I will go to the projects and make a copy of this composition, so we can keep the original composition uninterrupted. I'm going to rename this one as ringing. Alright, go back to Duke and ringing. From here, select ringing from top and select the create structure, and here select the humanoid, the first one, which will create a human skeleton type in the screen for you. Okay, so after it done, as you guys can see in here, it has created the human bone structure in the screen. Also, it has created individual elements in this timeline as well. So all we need to do now is scale and make this fit to our character. So let's start doing that. I will put these aside first. I will start from the main bone structure from here. I will bring this to the pelvis area in here. Let's zoom in and let's adjust the scale. You can make this one full quality also. If you want, I will just leave it like this for now. Okay, then we can select the bone on top and just drag until it fit to our character, and this one also a little bit below, and the top one to the neck area in here, and this one we can bring it to the head. Maybe let's bring this one to fit the head. Let's bring this. We can select the bones from here in the timeline also, and let's bring the end to the top like this. Alright, so it's covering the entire character. Alright, so let's do the same for the hands also. I will select the hand from here, the arm. Let's bring it in here, and you can just select this and move like this. As you can see, it's moving perfectly like a bone also, so it's easier for us to make the arrangements. Okay, this one will be the hand. I will make this one slightly smaller since our hand in the character is fold backwards. Alright, so I just bring this one to here, or maybe to the corner. I'll just leave this one here for now. Okay, so same for the other end also. After this, I will make this part faster. We are going to do the same thing. First, we will place all these objects in the correct place. Then we can bind them together. Alright, arm tip. Maybe I will bring the arm tip to the corner like this in here. For the other hand also, same. I will bring it in here. Alright, so I will make the other legs. So I will make this part faster. Alright, so the placement is done. Now if you go into the timeline, you will see all the bone structure in here. You can easily identify with the S prefix in front in here with the components. Also, we have our layers below, which we have divided in Illustrator. As I was telling you earlier, this animation is going to be a rigid animation. You won't see any bendings in the character like a real character animation. We will do that in the next tutorial, but this is going to be a very rigid animation. Before we continue further, we need to make these center points, anchor points in correct places where the rotation is going to start. So we need to go back to the character and adjust all these center points. So I will hide these structural boards first, then we go to the character. Let's bring all the center points to the correct places. Let's start from the head. Select the head layer and go to the tools and select the pan behind anchor point tool in here, and now move the anchor points to the pivot point of the head, which is going to be in here, and same for the neck also, which is going to be in here, and arm, this one will be in here, and this one arm is going to be in here top like this. Alright, so we will make this part faster. I will do the same for other objects also. Okay guys, all the pivot point positions for all objects, all parts are done. Now we need to connect these bones to correct body parts. Let's do that first. Starting from the head, parent for the head will be the structure bone head in here, and for the neck will be the neck here, this one, and for the claws we will make the hand as the parent object, and for the forearm, right forearm, it's going to be the forearm 2, arm 2, this one. Yeah, so like that you can select parent for all these body parts from the structural bones on the top. So I will make this part also faster. Alright, so now we have connected all of our body parts to individual bones. We can make visible all these bones now. Okay, now select all these structural bones and go to the Duik plugin and go to links and constraint and select the auto rig. Now you will see Duik plugin is doing its magic, and after it's complete the process, you will see additional icons appearing in here, and also you will see additional objects in the timeline. Now if you move these things, you will see all of them are moving like a humanoid character. Don't worry about these things, we can fix them very easily. As long as our ringing is completed, we can do whatever we want after this. As you can see, we have additional characters, additional layers in here as well. We can hide these structural layers for now, and you will see we have new layers with C prefix in front. To make this error correction, you can just go to the effects and in the stretch just deselect the auto stretch, so you will see it will be stick to the correct position like this in here. Alright, both for the other side also we can do the same. You can just bring this one here. You will see it's working like a hand now. Just deselect the auto stretch. Alright, we can recreate the pose which we have created in the Illustrator by moving these objects like this in here. Also, these layers in here you can go in and make keyframes same as any other After Effects layers. You can make keyframes and make animations also. So let's do a small animation, just a basic animation with this character. I'm just putting these in random places, maybe somewhere around here, and make keyframes. Just by changing the position, I will make some keyframes like this. Let's make this part faster. As you can see in here, I just placed some keyframes and our animation is playing. You can make better character animation using this plugin. This is just a basic example I wanted to show you guys. So this is the basics of Duik plugin, and we can create all kind of character animation with using this plugin. You can also use this plugin to create a lot of motion graphics and animations and stuff like that. So this is the basic of ringing. This is just a very basic of ringing using the Duik plugin. I just use the basic rigging techniques. In our next tutorial, I will show you guys how to use the same character animation. It will be like a real 2D animation. and I will show you guys how to rig that in the next tutorial. Also we will do a simple animation in that tutorial as well, and I will also show you guys how to create with this character simple walk cycle using the Duke plugin. Okay guys, thank you for watching and see you guys in the next tutorial.